Incremental greetings. Let's continue the Supermemo course, the pleasure expansion. Now it's time for the subset statistics. So we have statistics for the main collection that we will cover on its own section. But you can also make get stats, a very broad overview of what is currently on your browser window. So any arbitrary selection, any possible selection of elements in your collection. Let's dig into that.
It's like stability. Okay. Just read the hints, okay? Cross all of that. Ice, Melanie Barnett. Okay. Dangerous than working.
Yeah, so I note that in some point here he mentions that. I cannot find it, but he just mentioned this. So let me go to my collection. It's okay, I can check my stats, but I only want about health. It's really important for me because I want to apply this in my real life to increase my health. So what I will do is the element browser and process browser. And now I have statistics, or Ctrl Shift B. Let's do that. Ctrl Shift B. It will ask you if you want to include text size statistics. Why? Because they're not that relevant and consume quite a lot of time. So it could be the case that you want to bypass them. So feel free to select no. And this is just the information you get. It's not that much. But why is this useful? Because, hey, I want to learn. I want to see how I'm performing with this concept group. Look at that. Look at the retention rate. 97.45%. And then most of this is descriptive. How many elements there are, I already know that. How many of them are items, how many are topics. Of those, how many are memorized, dismissed. All of those metrics are in the stats window, but in the stats window are for the entire collection. And then you have the ratio of the items in this subset. What is the ratio of the collection? Oh, it's almost 5%. 4.81% of the items are in this subset. Same for topics and memorized. Then you have the burden. Just to let you know that you have the stats of the subset as opposed to the entire collection. You can nitpick this. But we won't cover the details that we haven't covered. Because what is the burden? We haven't covered that yet. Then priority is the average priority of everything I have here. Do you see I have 76? Yeah, but this is dismissed. 26, 34, pam. So the priority for items and for topics. So I know that the items are higher priority than the topics. And 23, it's quite high, but it's not that high. Then the average interval for items, topics, the A factor, all of that. And the postponed forecasting index. This is the same as here. Memorized, items and topics, the burden, the interval for items and topics, and the factor for items and topics. That my retention in this backup, it's 94.8%. But in health, I'm overperforming. I have 97%. Good to know. What happens with this that I have done this very recently. It's not ordered, so I have done some flashcards without setting a concept. So I can open this on the browser, filter just the items, or not. So I can just get, if I want, I process the browser and get the statistics, and I will get it. That many elements, Hey, 92%. I'm underperforming in this case, and makes sense, total sense, because this is more recent. It's something that I only have done one repetition because I'm lagging behind the scheduling. Makes total sense. But then I can filter this. Remember, we have learned about all of this already. I can filter, and then I can trigger the statistics again. And what will happen is that now it's only items. So for topics, it will be just empty, 0. 0 topics, 0%, all of that. And the topic reviews, all of the metrics that are about topics will be empty. As easy as that. And this is any selection. So in this case is, hey, I want to know everything of my closed relations, how I'm performing on the closed relations. So I search for this, the closed relation, and now I filter just items. And remember, Ctrl-Shift-B. And the closed relations, I only have 2,236. It's very low now. That doesn't mean, if you have seen videos of mine in YouTube, that doesn't mean I have mass deleted elements. It's because I have been reformulating a lot of items that are now Q&A. They are no longer have the closed relation. So it's 2,000 something elements out of 18,000, so about a third. I don't have to do the math. It will tell me this. It's 12% of my items are closed relations only. It's, oh wow, this is now impressive. 12% of only the closed relation now, it's just 12% of my collection. Meaning, to simplify, that the rest, so the 88%, it's Q&A. Yeah, could be image occlusion, could be na-na-na, but to simplify, is the rest. And look at the retention rate. Regardless of when I created them, if I'm lagging behind the schedule or anything, I can see the retention rate. See, this is how useful the stats of the subset is. And can be from a search. That you have, like I did, of closed relation, could be about memory, about any string you want to search for, if you have conventions, or true or false, or how I'm performing on the true or false flashcards, stuff like that. I'm just showing to you a few of the examples that you may want to have a filter and then check the stats in more or less of this. So now I know, it's not a hunch, now I have the facts, I have the raw data that I'm underperforming on the recent stuff that I don't care. I don't care even enough to make it to a concept, it's there. And I am overperforming on health. It has actually wanted. I achieved that result. Good to know. So that's all you need to know about the subset statistics. And quite late in the course, we will see the full-fledged analytics, including the burden, workload, and all of that. But for now, it's enough. See you in the next video.